Hello Madison, Malia, Luke and Rocky. Welcome to another Stories with Grandpa and some more poems from When We Were Very Young by A. Milne. This first poem is called Bad Sir Brian Botany. Sir Brian had a battle axe with great big knobs on. He went among the villagers and blipped them on the head. On Wednesday and on Saturday, but mostly on the latter day. He called at all the cottages, and this is what he said. I am Sir Brian, ting-ling. I am Sir Brian, rat-tat. I am Sir Brian, as bold as a lion. Take that, take that, take that. Sir Brian had a pair of boots with great big spurs on, a fighting pair of which he was particularly fond. On Tuesday and on Friday, just to make the street look tidy, he'd collect the passing villagers and kick them in the pond. I am Sir Brian, splash. I am Sir Brian, splosh. I am Sir Brian, as bold as a lion. Is anyone else for a wash? Sir Brian woke one morning, and he couldn't find his battle axe. He walked into the village in his second pair of boots. He had gone 100 paces when the street was full of faces, and the villagers were round him with ironical salutes. You are Sir Brian, indeed. You are Sir Brian, dear, dear. You are Sir Brian, as bold as a lion. Delighted to meet you here. Sir Brian went on a journey. He found a lot of duckweed. They pulled him out and dried him, and they blipped him on the head. They took him by his breeches, and they hurled him into the ditches, and they pushed him under waterfalls, and this is what they said. You are Sir Brian, don't laugh. You are Sir Brian, don't cry. You are Sir Brian, as bold as a lion. Sir Brian the lion, goodbye. Sir Brian struggled home again and chopped up his battle axe. Sir Brian took his fighting boots and threw them in the fire. He's quite a different person now, when he hasn't got his spurs on. And he goes about the village as B. Botany, Esquire. I am Sir Brian, oh no. I am Sir Brian, who's he? I haven't got in a title. I'm Botany, plain Mr. Botany B. In the fashion. A lion has a tail, and a very fine tail. And so has an elephant, and so has a whale. And so has a crocodile, and so has a quail. They've all got tails but me. If I had a sixpence, I would buy one. I'd say to the shopman, let me try one. I'd say to the elephant, this is my one. They'd all come round and see. Then I'd say to the lion, why, you've got a tail? And so has the elephant, and so has the whale. And look, there's the crocodile, he's got a tail. You've all got tails, like me. The Alchemist. There lives an old man at the top of the street, and the end of his beard reaches down to his feet. And he's just the one person I'm longing to meet. I think that he sounds so exciting, for he talks all day to his tortoiseshell cat, and he asks about this and explains about that. And at night he puts on a big, wide-awake hat and sits in the writing room writing. He has worked all his life, and he's terribly old, at a wonderful spell which he says, lo and behold, your nursery fender is gold, and it's gold, or the tongs, or the rod for the curtain, but somehow he hasn't got hold of it quite, or the liquor you pour on it first isn't right. So that's why he works at it night after night. And that's all for tonight. Good night, and God bless.